Welcome. I see you found your way here, to the edge of the firelight, drawn in by whispers and shadows, by the promise of stories that chill the blood and quicken the pulse. We are on the brink of a journey, you and I, a journey into the dark heart of Norse mythology, a place where gods and monsters walk hand in hand, where fate hangs heavy in the air, and the end of all things is always a heartbeat away. Today, we speak not of the heroes, not today. Today, we delve into the shadows, into the corners of this world and others, to confront the creatures that haunt the deepest recesses of the human imagination. 15 monsters, each more terrifying than the last, each a thread woven into the tapestry of ancient fears. Prepare yourself, for what we are about to encounter is not for the faint of heart. These stories, they have teeth. Imagine, if you will, a beast of such size, such terrible majesty, that its very existence threatens to unravel the fabric of reality. This is Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, offspring of Loki, the trickster god, and the giantess Angerboda. Even the gods, those shining figures of Asgard, trembled before him. They saw in his eyes the flames of Ragnarok, the end of days, and they knew that his hunger could only be sated by the destruction of everything. They bound him with magical chains, chains stronger than any earthly metal. But Fenrir is the embodiment of chaos, of untamed power, and his strength grows with each passing day. The earth shudders with his every movement, a constant reminder of the inevitable. For when the chains finally break, when Fenrir's jaws gape wide, swallowing the sun and the moon, then will come the twilight of the gods, and the world will be remade in fire and blood. The oceans are vast and unknowable, full of mysteries that dance just beyond our grasp. But in the depths, far below the waves where sunlight dares not reach, coils a creature of such immense size, such primal terror, that its very existence defies comprehension. This is Jörmungandr, the world serpent, cast into the endless ocean by Odin himself. Imagine, if you will, a serpent so large that it can encircle the entire world, its body a living, scaled ring around Midgard, the realm of men. Its eyes burn with ancient wisdom and a cold, unfeeling hunger. The waves themselves part before it. Sailors whisper tales of its passing, of islands swallowed whole, of storms whipped into a frenzy by its wrath. Jörmungandr is a creature of legend, a primal force of nature given monstrous form. And it is said that when it finally tires of its endless circling, when it rises from the depths to devour the sun, the end will be upon us. Death, that inevitable curtain call that awaits us all, holds no fear for hell. She is its embodiment, the mistress of the underworld, a realm shrouded in mist and shadow, known as Niflheim. Imagine a place of perpetual twilight, where the air hangs heavy with sorrow and the echo of lost footsteps is the only sound that breaks the silence. Her realm is not a place of fire and brimstone, but of cold, quiet despair. Here, the souls of those who died not in glorious battle, but in sickness, in old age, in the mundane embrace of everyday life, find their final resting place. Hell, with her face forever locked in a mask of indifference, half living, half dead, judges their worth. She is a reminder that death comes for us all, kings and paupers, heroes and villains, and that in her realm, all are equal in their silence. Chapter 4. Draugr, the restless dead. In life, they were the fiercest warriors, the bravest Vikings, their names whispered with a mix of respect and fear. But in death, they become something far more terrifying. They become Draugr, the restless dead, forever bound to the mortal realm by unfinished business, by a thirst for vengeance, or simply by the insatiable hunger for the life they can no longer have. Imagine encountering such a creature, its flesh rotting, its eyes burning with an unholy light. Their strength is amplified in death, their bodies impervious to pain. They haunt the tombs and burial mounds, guarding their treasures with a savagery born of madness. The very ground trembles as they approach, their presence heralded by the chilling moan of the wind. They are a stark reminder that sometimes death is not the end, but merely a transformation, a descent into something monstrous. Chapter 5. Nidhogr, the Devourer of Worlds. At the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree that connects all the realms, lurks a creature of pure malice, a dragon of such colossal size and terrifying aspect that its name is whispered with a shudder. This is Nidhogr, a creature of darkness and decay, its scales black as midnight, its eyes burning with the fires of 1,000 hells. Imagine a dragon so vast that its wings could blot out the sun, its roar a symphony of shattering mountains and splintering earth. Nidhogr spends its days gnawing at the roots of Yggdrasil, its heart filled with an insatiable hatred for all of creation. It whispers words of poison to the serpent that dwells in the well at the roots, fueling its rage, hastening the day when the tree will finally fall and the realms will collapse in on themselves. For Nidhogr desires not simply destruction, but the annihilation of all that is, all that ever will be. Chapter 6. Huldra. Beauty is a veil. The forests of Scandinavia hold many secrets, ancient and dangerous, but none are as alluring, as potentially deadly, as the Huldra. They are creatures of the wilderness, spirits who take the form of beautiful women, their voices like the siren song of a babbling brook, their laughter like the wind through the trees. But beware, for their beauty is a deception, a lure to trap the unwary. Turn your gaze to where their back should be, and you will see the hollow of a rotting tree trunk, the gaping maw of a predator hiding beneath a veneer of loveliness. They prey on the lonely, the lovelorn, drawing them deep into the woods with promises of passion and pleasure. But their embrace is cold, their touch a slow death. For the Huldra are creatures of the wild, and they crave the life force of the living. In the high, desolate places where the wind howls its lonely song and the rocks claw at the sky, dwell creatures of immense size and monstrous strength. They are the trolls, beings of earth and stone, their flesh as hard as granite, their eyes burning with a primal fire. Some say they are the children of the mountains themselves, born of the earth's fury. They are unpredictable, prone to fits of rage and violence, their booming laughter echoing through the valleys, a sound that strikes terror into the hearts of even the bravest Vikings. To encounter a troll is to look upon chaos given form, to stare into the abyss of primal fear. They are a reminder that there are forces in this world, ancient and unforgiving, that care nothing for the concerns of mankind. Sleep offers no escape from the terrors of Norse mythology, for it is in the realm of dreams that the mare rides. They are creatures of darkness, shapeshifters who prey on the vulnerable, their whispers slipping into your mind like tendrils of smoke, weaving nightmares from your deepest fears. Imagine waking in the dead of night, your body paralyzed, a weight pressing down on your chest, stealing your breath. You feel its presence in the room, cold and malevolent, its eyes burning into you. This is the mare, feeding on your terror, growing stronger with each fearful gasp. They are the embodiment of sleep paralysis, the personification of our darkest fears, a reminder that even in the supposed safety of our own minds, we are not truly alone. Water has always held a certain mystique, a sense of both beauty and danger, but in the rushing waters of waterfalls and rivers, danger takes on a more insidious form, the form of the Fossagrim. They are creatures of the water, their music as alluring as it is deadly. Imagine, if you will, the sound of a violin echoing through the forest, a melody so beautiful, so hauntingly sad, that it draws you in, compels you to follow it. This is the song of the Fossagrim, a siren song that promises to reveal the secrets of music, but at a terrible cost. For the Fossagrim are jealous creatures, and they demand a high price for their knowledge. Those who succumb to their melodies often find themselves lost, driven mad by the pursuit of musical perfection, their souls forever bound to the waters that claimed them. Look up at the sky, at the celestial dance of the sun and moon, and know that even those heavenly bodies are not safe from the relentless pursuit of monsters. For Skoll and Hati, wolves of monstrous size and ferocity chase them across the heavens, their jaws dripping with venom. their eyes burning with an insatiable hunger. Skoll, the wolf who hunts the sun, is a creature of shadow and flame, its fur black as night, its breath scorching the heavens. Hati, the moon's pursuer, is a being of ice and darkness, its howl a harbinger of eternal night. Their pursuit is relentless, a never-ending chase that mirrors the cycle of day and night. And it is said that one day they will catch their prey, plunging the world into an endless twilight. Beneath the waves, in the cold, crushing depths where sunlight can never penetrate, lies a creature of such immense size and terrifying power that it makes the largest whale seem like a minnow. This is the Kraken, a monstrous squid of legend, its tentacles capable of dragging down entire ships, its beak able to crack the hull of a galley as easily as a man might crack a nut. Imagine, if you will, the terror of sailors who, after weeks at sea, spot a shadow rising from the depths, a shape so vast that it blots out the sun. The water churns, the waves rise up like mountains, and then the tentacles strike. The Kraken is a creature of pure primal terror, a force of nature given monstrous form. It is a reminder that the ocean is not our domain, and that there are things lurking in the depths that we can scarcely comprehend. At the gates of hell, the realm of the dead, stands a guardian, a creature of such ferocity that even the bravest warriors tremble before it. This is Jörmungandr, the blood-stained hound of hell, its fur matted with the gore of countless souls, its eyes burning with an infernal fire. Imagine a wolf larger than any you have ever seen, its fangs dripping with venom, its growl a sound that chills you to the very core of your being. Jörmungandr stands guard at the bridge across the river Gjol, the boundary between the land of the living and the land of the dead. It is said that when Ragnarok comes, when the world is consumed by fire and ice, Jörmungandr will break free from its chains and join the final battle, its howls heralding the end of all things. Before the gods, before the realms of Asgard and Midgard, there were the Jotnar, the giants, the firstborn of creation. They are beings of immense size and power, their very footsteps shaking the earth, their voices like thunder echoing through the mountains. They are creatures of chaos and destruction, their hearts filled with a primal rage against the order that the gods have imposed upon the world. They dwell in Jotunheimr, a land of ice and fire, a place of constant turmoil and strife. The Jotnar are a reminder that the world was not always as it is now, that the forces of chaos are always lurking at the edges, waiting for their chance to rise again. Above the battlefields, their armor gleaming like the sun, ride the Valkyries, the choosers of the slain. They are Odin's handmaidens, fierce warrior women who decide who will live and who die. Their cries are the cries of ravens, their touch cold as death itself. Imagine them descending upon the battlefield, their winged horses kicking up the dust and gore. They pluck the souls of the bravest warriors from their dying bodies, carrying them to Valhalla, the hall of the slain, where they will feast and fight for all eternity. But the Valkyries are not simply messengers of death. They are also protectors of the innocent, their wrath terrible to behold. They are a force to be reckoned with, a reminder that even in the chaos of battle, there is a higher power at work. Deep beneath the mountains, in caverns where the sun has never dared to shine, dwell the Svartalfar, the dark elves. They are creatures of shadow and secrecy, their skin as black as night, their eyes glowing with an eerie internal light. They are masters of craftsmanship, their forges ringing with the sound of hammers striking mithril, their hands shaping weapons of terrible power. But their gifts come at a price, for the Svartalfar are not to be trusted. They are creatures of darkness, their hearts filled with envy and malice. To deal with them is to invite danger, to make a pact with the shadows themselves. They are a reminder that not all that glitters is gold, and that sometimes the greatest treasures are found in the darkest of places. And so, we come to the end of our journey, our descent into the darkness of Norse mythology. The embers of our fire burn low, but the stories, the creatures, they linger in the shadows, A reminder that the world is a stranger, more terrifying place than we often dare to imagine. Thank you for venturing into the darkness with me. May these tales haunt your dreams and fuel your nightmares. Remember, the monsters are always out there, lurking just beyond the firelight, waiting for their moment to strike. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and beware the shadows, for they often hold more than they seem.